Harry Potter has taken a battering over the last couple of years, guys. It really has. There's no denying that. It seemed like it was thriving until, things took a massive turn when J.K. Rowling released a statement that basically seen a huge majority of her LGBTQ fans depart the franchise permanently in protest for the betrayal that they all felt. It was kind of an array of issues that happened over a short space of time and over a long period too. It was all a bit mad, if I'm honest. It didn't really happen slowly. It was just absolute outrage, but I think Potter has come out of it. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take you through everything that was done in order to try to cancel Harry Potter and how I believe it actually survived the last several years of cancellation attempts. I'm just gonna begin by saying I cannot stand cancel culture. I hate everything it represents, particularly how a group of people can just decide to erase you and everything you've achieved out of existence with aggressive, forceful, below-the-belt tactics. And I'm not just talking about J.K. Rowling. There are so many other instances of people being cancelled for the smallest mistakes, but I'm not getting into that today. I'm here to talk about Harry Potter and basically everything that happened to the franchise in the last couple of years. Probably the first big thing to happen was the viral hashtags of J.K. Rowling is over and boycott Potter. Everywhere you'd look, you'd see these hashtags all over Twitter, or X as it's now called, with many activists tweeting their disgust and upset over being betrayed by a woman whose books were actually based on acceptance and the fight against inequality. It was a pretty big deal. I myself witnessed fellow YouTubers remove all Potter content from their channels, and even one YouTuber quit completely, and his channel has been abandoned ever since. From my own personal perspective, I was put under a lot of pressure to speak out against J.K. Rowling, or at least give my piece on the matter, and I remained silent for 2 years as I kinda watched things pan out and get quite cyber violent, you could say, if that's a term. All three Harry Potter main stars, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson and Rupert Grint, all spoke out in favour of the trans community and against J.K. Rowling, with Emma Watson vowing never to speak to her again. Even today, as of the making of this video, Daniel Radcliffe himself has expressed how sad that the relationship he had with Jo has literally become non-existent. The Fantastic Beasts movie series has suffered greatly too, albeit they weren't that great as movies in general, but you could see Warner Brothers kind of buckling under the pressure when they took Jo's name off the main screen credit shot and reduced it to a minimalistic font down the bottom of the screen. That was for The Secrets of Dumbledore, which ultimately flopped, causing the series to end after just 3 of the planned 5 films. It was just an onslaught of hate directed towards Rowling, and anybody who continued to support her or even just enjoy the Potter series as a whole was panned. I still continue to make Potter videos, and I got hammered in the comments, and I received personal messages of abuse. I seen it from both sides, guys, but even upon stating that, I was ridiculed myself, but it didn't faze me. I just got on with it. So after some time, the Hogwarts Legacy game was due its impending release, and along with it came the boycott, or the attempted boycott, except it wasn't really a boycott, it was a total witch hunt, with many people who enjoyed playing the game see themselves be vilified for doing so. Streamers in particular receiving just shocking abuse from activists who were against J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter product as a whole. Hogwarts Legacy, instead of being harmed by this boycott, for the lack of a better word, went on to smash numerous records for the most downloaded game and received wide critical acclaim from many gaming critics, websites and magazines. So that was kind of a win for Potter in a way. It was like, you know what, the product is still popular and still relevant, which showed the clear excitement of people playing the game. There was even a trans character in the game, which was ultimately rejected by protesters, who considered it a slap in the face after Rowling's initial comments. Despite all this, there were still book burnings, independent libraries removing Potter books from their shelves, petitions being signed to have Rowling's Twitter account disabled due to her incredible reach, which threatened to miseducate people. Many of the forums, communities and websites released statements distancing themselves from J.K. Rowling but still supporting the project, which, as you'd expect, also didn't go down so well. J.K. Rowling's head was wanted on a spike. She continued to back up her original statement and accused the opposing fans of being no better than the Death Eaters themselves for forcing their own opinions and beliefs upon anyone and everyone, but immediately going on the attack if anyone disagreed. Then came the biggest drop of the last 13 years, as Potter fans went crazy at the announcement of a new Harry Potter TV show that would focus in detail on each book of the series with a minimum of 7 seasons guaranteed and another 10 plus years of Potter content that would be coming to our screen. This was absolutely major in this ongoing cancellation attempt because it highlighted several key aspects. 1. J.K. Rowling had the backing of Warner Brothers publicly, alongside HBO, who were funding the new show. 2. Nobody had come out and said, "That's it, we're done with Joe." Instead, they did the opposite, highlighting the excitement around casting new actors in the coveted roles and just creating the magic again, but this time in more detail and episodically. And 3. The TV show's announcement also received a massive backlash, but for the first time, the positivity of the show's announcement heavily outweighed that backlash, and it looked like Harry Potter was finally going to be okay. You can't really cancel a franchise that was planning to release an entire reboot of the series, receive positive criticism, and actually get the green light to do so. Daniel Radcliffe distanced himself from the show, saying that his time as Harry Potter was over and it was time for a new actor in the role, and he was excited to see how the show is going to turn out. It's nice to see that Daniel himself has warmed up to the continuation of the story for future generations, especially after outright rejecting Rowling publicly. In addition to that, the radical side of the activism against Harry Potter has received criticism itself, especially as it appears as a form of fighting hate with hate, so that hasn't gone down so well from what I've read in forums, on Discord and the many comment sections under the many Harry Potter videos. Personally, I believe Harry Potter has a bright future. Hogwarts Legacy 2 is in the making, the Harry Potter TV show has named its final 3 writers, the casting process is already underway, the show has a platform in HBO Max, and I believe after all the controversy and attempted cancellation of the franchise, it's recovered well. That's all down to the fans. That's all down to you guys. Completely 100% down to all of you who watch my channel and who watch Harry Potter Theory and who watch Movie Flame and who watch all of those Harry Potter channels. All of you guys who have said, no, you're not taking Harry Potter from us. It means more than anything and we are going to keep it going. I can't even comprehend how much that resonates with me personally as someone who's loved Harry Potter since I was 10 years old. And I want to thank you guys. But for those of you who have stayed, those of you who are watching my videos, yeah, you know what? Maybe I get 5 or 10,000 views on my videos, and a couple of years ago I used to get 100,000. I don't care, because for those 5,000 or 10,000 or even 500 of you that keep watching my videos, it keeps me going. All of you keep me going, and I cannot be more grateful and appreciative of all of your support. Guys, that is all for today. Harry Potter is going to be fine. Thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and I'll catch you all in the next video.